Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. And in this week, we have just a lot to talk about, and this is going to be the last update of 2024. As we are heading to some holidays, we have bank holidays all the way going into the Christmas and after the Christmas. So, this is going to be the last update because there's going to be zero volatility in the markets. So, without any further ado, let's start the video and talk about some important stuff. First of all, talking about the dollar, as the dollar is the main thing for us. So if we try to talk about the dollar, that dollar looks that it is holding a support. And dollar, to be very honest, if you can see here, the dollar has actually started a very strong uptrend. It covered all these losses and now it's just at its highs of the year. Okay, so it is just at all-time highs of this year. Okay, so the dollar is quite strong, and the question is why the dollar is strong. The main reason behind it is the Fed. So the Fed is expected to cut their rates, their interest rates at a slower pace than the other major currencies like the euro or maybe the pound or maybe the Australian dollar or maybe the New Zealand dollars, things like this. Okay, which makes the US dollar quite strong and quite interesting among the investors or quite attractive to the investors. That's why we are seeing some strong bullish trend into the dollar. The main question is, can this trend continue in 2025 or we will see a strong bearish move or a correction move removing all these gains? So the answer for me is that we can very well see these gains continue. The question is why. The answer for this is the same, because the Fed is expected to cut at a slower pace than the other central banks. Like if we try here to see some other pairs against the dollar, we can see the dollar is dominating. Okay, we can see the euro is crashing against the dollar. If we talk about the pound is crashing against the dollar. And if we see the yen, okay, so the dollar is getting stronger and stronger and stronger against the yen. So all these things prove us that yes, the dollar is quite strong, and fundamentally the dollar can very well continue its uptrend going into the 2025. So I am strongly bullish on the dollar, and as long as things don't change, I am quite interested in dollar bullish setups, dollar buy setup. So right now, if we talk about one of my position, I am currently in the euro USD sells, and euro USD looks quite interesting to me going into the 2025, as we have some like very much clarity from the ECB that they are very dovish, which means that they are expected to cut at a much faster pace than the Fed, which makes the Euro USD quite a bearish play. So I'm targeting the parity level on the Euro USD going into the 2025, which means that I am targeting that 1 euro will be equal to $1 going into 2025. I have a personal trade on it. I didn't share my analysis on it because this was just a personal trade and I was just testing my swing trading strategy. Right now, I have my SL trail above this area, and if we try and continue to break these lows and form something like this, I will keep trailing my SL above the highs which we form. And as long as I'm in this trade, as long as it's breaking the lows, I'm good to go in this trade. Talking about the pound, I'm quite interested in pound too, but the pound is technically is very weird to me. It's not giving me any setup, but I am interested in this area. If we try and retest this area, then I am interested in some cells or maybe at this area too. So these are the two areas which I am interested to add some cells in pound. Or if we don't get a pullback, then I will be waiting for a break of these lows. So if we break this lows, then I will be waiting for some pullback, and I will be adding some long-term sell positions in the pound too against the dollar, because of the same reason that the Fed is expected to cut at a slower pace than the other currencies, which makes the dollar quite a strong pair. Now, talking about the gold, so going into 2025, I don't have, to be very honest, a clear bias on gold, because gold is just very mixed. On one side, you have a very strong economy, which is a headwind for gold. You have a very strong dollar, which is a headwind for gold, which is not letting gold to break the highs or start a new bullish trend or bullish leg. And on the other side, you have some geopolitical concerns which is keeping gold on the upside. So you have these two things, and gold is quite mixed technically and fundamentally right now. If you can see, previously we had a very strong uptrend, we have a very clear uptrend on gold, but right now we are not able to break these lows, we are not able to break these highs, and gold is just training. So I'm just not interested in trading gold at the time. And what I'm more interested in is the Bitcoin and is the stocks or maybe the other currency pairs. So right now gold is not on my trading list. I'm looking to enter some other trades or some other pairs. So I have a position on the Bitcoin too, and I think that 2025 can be a quite bullish year for the crypto. I took this trade maybe 2 days ago and we did quite come near to my SL, but we instantly flew back, and right now I am near to break even in my position. Why I think that 2025 can be a bullish year, the number one reason for it is that we have a pro crypto president coming. We have Elon its own department, which is a pro crypto person. So these two things make crypto quite bullish. And one other major thing is that the US economy is standing quite strong. And if the economy is strong, then people tend to invest their money towards risky assets like the Bitcoin or like the stocks, and they get less attracted towards safe haven assets like gold. That's why, and this is like the environment right now. This is the picture forming right now. That's why I think that 2025 can be quite a bullish year for crypto if and only if the things don't change. Like if we don't have any new war, any updated Ukraine situation or something new in the Middle East, then 2025 in my view can be a quite bullish year for the crypto. And I would not be surprised if Bitcoin hits just 120,000 level or maybe some higher levels too. Talking about some of the major stocks, I don't have any position on the stocks right now, but I am quite interested in stocks too. And the reason behind them is again going to be the same, because the US economy is standing strong. And these things, like if you talk about the stocks and if you see them right now, the S&P 500, the nasdaq, the Dow Jones, the whatever it is, they are just not letting bear ins. Every dip is being bought, every dip is being bought. So the recent dip also is being bought right now. So these things are just too bullish, and we are just continuously creating some new all-time highs, some new all-time highs, new highs, and again some new highs, and we are continuously breaking them. So this all this stuff, all this technical and fundamental stuff, it keeps me quite bullish on the stocks. If we don't have anything new in the Middle East or in the world, any major uncertainty, which I hope we don't, then we can very well see the stocks continue their bullish run in 2025. What I'm looking for in the stocks right now, I'm looking for some pullbacks or maybe the break of the highs, and then a pullback too, obviously. So if we get a pullback like this, maybe at this level or maybe at this level, then I'm looking to add some buys or maybe a break of these highs. So if we get something like this, then obviously I'm going to look to enter into some trades. I didn't get a trade at these levels at this pullback because I was at that time unfortunately not monitoring the charts. Talking about the Nasdaq, the story on the Nasdaq is also quite the same. I'm just waiting for a pullback or a break of the highs. The Dow Jones is also going to be the same. And to be very honest, I am a little more interested in Dow Jones than the Nasdaq or the S&P 500, because on Dow Jones, the risk to reward looks quite interesting to me. Like if we come at this level, then the risk to reward looks a little interesting to me. But on some other pairs, on some Nasdaq or maybe the S&P 500, the risk to reward is going to be a little bit not good maybe. So that's why I'm more interested in Dow Jones, but we will see on what I am getting a setup. And also a quick reminder for all of you, if you are not in our Telegram channel, that's totally free of cost. We drop some regular analysis there, and I drop analysis before entering into a trade. So if you're not in our Telegram channel, make sure you join that. I will drop the link in description, and if you want some regular quality analysis, you can join that and you can enjoy. So this was pretty much it right now. We have talked about the stocks, we have talked about gold and some major currency pairs. And lastly, if we talk about the VIX, what is the VIX? Okay, so I will explain it to you. Before that, let's see the movement of the VIX. So we saw a massive spike on VIX, and after that, we just gave back all the gains which we had in VIX. So VIX just actually calculates the volatility in the markets, or maybe the fear in the markets, or the uncertainty, you can say in very simple words. So when the Fed meeting was here, we saw some peak of the uncertainty. But after the Fed meeting, we saw that the people are not that much concerned about the interest rates, and that's why we saw the VIX to tumble back. So this was some stuff I wanted to talk about, and going into 2025, it's going to be a very amazing year, and I hope the best for you all. And I hope that those of you who are not profitable yet, make sure you journal your trades, make sure you develop a plan, you develop a strategy, and work on that. Instead of moving from one strategy to another, work on your mindset, work on your discipline, work on yourself, work on to be a better person, on to be a strong person. like from a perspective of your mind, and this will help you to improve your trading very much. So this was pretty much it for the video, and if you like the video, make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button, as this helps me and motivates me to continue doing what I'm doing. Best of luck, and we will meet in the next video, maybe in 2025.